It's 9 o'clock from our studios, and welcome to the Tuesday's edition of the Good Morning Africa program right here on Africa TV. And of course, it's Tuesday, and we are very much happy to be back again. The 6th of July, 2021, wherever you are, thank you so very much for joining us. And we are here to take you through in what will be another very interesting, interactive, and informative edition of the program. As always, we do. We have some very interesting lineup again this morning to take you through. We would, of course, have a guest in a moment so we can widely discuss on his events and, of course, matters or issues happening within and around the country. And in that, we say again, thank you for choosing us. And I am very much happy to be here again. su ko defee mbokk yi ñu ngi leen di nuyu ñoom ñu amaat mbégte dellusiwaat tey ci suba sile talaata yem ak juróom-benni fan ci weeri julaay mbégte lay doon saa su ne ñu ñëw ñu ànd ak yéen ci jotaay bi bu waxtu bi jotee ñu ngi leen di ziar nag fi ngeen mënta nekk ci biir réew mi ba ci biti réew tey di leen bàyyi xel saa su ne ci ni ngeen ñu taamoo waaye tamit di ànd ak ñun saa su ne waaye tamit di leen jaajëfal bu baax ci safo bi ak ci kóolute bi comme niñ koy baaxoo di defee bu waxtu bi jotee ñu ñëw ñu dégtal leen suñ ay xibaar waaye tamit waxtaan xew-xew yi ci biir réew mi comme niñ koy defee dalal si ay gan ñu nekk gan yu am solo ñu waxtaanee li nga xamante ne mooy tolluwaay réew mi waaye waajtaay yi nga xamante ne Gambie yëpp ñu ngi koo bàyyi xel mooy waajtaay élection si coow li bari na wax bi bari na bàkku yi sax bari na waaye noonu la war a mun a demee ndax réew mi ñun ñoo ko bokk te foog ñu waxtaan bu ñu waxtaanee rek incha allah lu bari dina feeñ ci waxtaan yu li nga xamante ne dina jural réew mi li am solo waaye tamit jural ñu jàmm bi nga xamante ne ñëpp loolu la ñoo nekk di saxu incha allah tey nañ dooree xibaar yi ak GDC seen parti leader bi di Mama Kandeh ci waxtaan bi nga xamante ne seq na ko Eye Africa TV daal dina addu ci TRRC bi si seen liggéey bi ak doxalin bi ak tamit lu ñuy xaar ci wàllu recommendation si loolu tamit ñëw na ci su ko defee nañ leen ci indi report léegi-léegi lay doon nañ ci taftal leneen wax ci wàllum accident yi ci biir réew mi xam ngeen ne nekk na li nga xamante ne mooy lu yitteel ñu bari ci réew mi waaye tamit surtout police bi ñoom tamit addu nañ ci ñëw ci waxtaan bi ci kanam tuuti ñu yaatal ko ñu wax tamit ci wàllu tàggat yaram SJAG mooy Sport Journalist Association bu Gambie ni ki ci weekend bi ñoom tamit dañ dal di defaat li nga xamante ne mooy sargal ay ñi nga xamante ñu ngi yëngu ci wàllum tàggat yaram wala def jaloore ci biir réew mi ñu delloo leen njukkal ci award ceremony bi nga xamante ne nekkoon na bu am solo nañ ci dellusiwaat ci biir xibaar yi lii ak leneen nañ ci toftal yeneen xibaar incha allah ci programme bi ñu gërëmaat leen rek beneen yoon ci ni ngeen di fare ak ñun saa su ne bu waxtu bi jotee surtout ci programme bi ak ay yeneen jotaay yi nga xamante ne def day xew fii ci Eye Africa TV ñu gërëm leen bu baax a baax ci loolu su ko defee gannaaw nuyoo bi ak dalal leen jàmm ci jotaay yi ñu soobu ci biir programme bi well viewers thank you so very much again for coming along, and let's begin with our first story this morning because the leader of the Gambia Democratic Congress, Mama Kandeh, has told Eye Africa TV that the recommendations of the TRRC would not yield any positive result. Now, in an exclusive interview with Africa TV, Kandeh further described the work of the commission as one-sided, saying Jammeh wasn't accorded the opportunity to tell his side of the story. And here's more details of that by Omar Ahmed Toure.
Mama Kandeh, the leader of GDC, says TRRC's recommendation report would not produce any positive outcome, describing it as partisan.
I don't think if nothing is going to come out of this. Because they have failed in the first complete part of it, that is the Jammeh Commission, and then I don't know what they're going to do with the recommendations of the TRRC. And as I said, for me, it is still not completed because you have heard only one side of the story.
Yeah.
You really didn't heard about Jammeh's story.
Kandeh accuses lead counsel Essa Faal of being disrespectful to witnesses, especially the elderly based on their academic status, and ridicules them during interrogation.
Handle some of our elders, kind of looking very low at them because of their level of education. Because you have degrees or whatever degree that you have doesn't mean that somebody is not important or somebody cannot handle a position. Or respect him with the little that he knows. But, facing them there, belittling them, laughing at them, I mean, he should be more stationed and to little bit more serious. But what I'm saying is, whatever job that you were doing, you cannot down look at me because of the level of education that I have. To tell people that you are liars or you are lying and all these things, I mean, in our culture, for the law, it may not be an issue, it's not a problem, but in our culture, it is an issue.
On the Truth Commission's visit to Kanilai and the surrounding forest allegedly having mass graves, the GDC leader says the TRRC team should not have gone to such places as they were not sure of what they were looking for.
I saw them went to Kanilai. Went around the whole bush saying that the graveyards are here, but we cannot find them anymore. Why didn't they go in there then, if they cannot prove anything at the first place? Why did they went there if they cannot prove anything? Just to sell us an empty bush or empty land, telling us that the graveyards were here, but we cannot find them. Or the land is just big, we cannot look for it. So they should have done their research before going there. And that people were thrown in the pool for crocodiles to eat, they cannot draw that water away. Just 1 or 2 water tanks. They could have drawn that water to prove to the Gambian people this is exactly what is happening.
He says TRRC could have done better by drawing water from the pool so as to discover human skeletons to prove that people were thrown in the pool for crocodiles to eat. Mama Kande was born in 1965 in the Jimara constituency, Central River region. He is the founding leader of the Gambia Democratic Congress GDC, which was formed in 2016. He ran as a candidate in 2016 presidential election and received over 17% of the votes. He was formerly a member of the Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, APRC, but was expelled, and that led him to form the Gambia Democratic Congress. Reporting for iAfrica TV, this is Omar Ahmadu Toure.
All right, Omar Ahmad Toure reporting there as the JDC leader, Mama Kande, talks on the TRRC work and, of course, the recommendations also, as all Gambians are looking forward to that. The commission is going to present its report or recommendation to the president anytime soon. But, of course, we'll move on away from that and talk on the prevalent accidents in the country that have raised concerns among Gambians, including the police. Now, the Gambia Police Force has expressed concern over safety of lives due to the road accident in the country. Spokesperson of the police made this pronouncement as part of a regular update on security matters. Now, several factors leading to tragic accidents are enumerated by the traffic safety officials at the police headquarters in Banjul, and we have more details of that in this report by Binta Jallo.
Superintendent Lamin Jai of the Gambia Police Force noted that the daily road traffic accident is a major concern for law enforcement officials. Although the mobile traffic police is at work towards the tasks before them, the services of the accident investigation department are increasingly being demanded. From the bits and pieces of road traffic cases, Police spokesman Superintendent Njai highlighted the common causes of accidents on records.
The causes of road traffic accidents are numerous, and they range from mechanical factors. They range from some other causes might be relating to the road condition, congestion, and all that. And sometimes the driver factor as well. That's the human factor. Also contributes a lot to road traffic accidents. But most importantly, when we conduct findings in accident investigations, the prevalent cause of road traffic accidents in the Gambia has to do with speeding. A lot of times we realize that drivers speed a lot in the Gambia. The highway code is such that there is a speed limit at certain residential areas, certain areas, especially residential areas. There is a particular speed limit that drivers need to observe.
He blamed drivers for not adhering to traffic rules as one of the leading factors road accidents in the Gambia, on premise that a lot could be done to save lives on the roads. The police is of the view that the increase of speed bumps might be one of the best options. With any form of infrastructural intervention, drivers must still respect the laws governing traffic, according to Superintendent Njai.
if driver drives according to the speed limits, especially of residential areas, I'm not saying there will be no accidents, but even if there are accidents, the impact will be very minimal. We will not be seeing the fatal accidents that we see sometimes as a result of the speeding that drivers do.
The Gambia Police has an eye over the usage of drugs by those behind the steering wheel. A warning is therefore being sent to these group of drivers.
We want to caution people to understand that they cannot drive vehicles when they are drunk. It is against the laws of the country. The Road Traffic Act and regulation are against that. And so people who find themselves in bars and clubs and pubs and so on, they need to be cautious. If they know they are too drunk to drive, they should allow somebody else, competent driver for that matter, to drive them home safely and not take the risk of being drunk and driving. And so that is definitely something we want to tell people. And as you mentioned, because the speed issue is a very critical aspect of accidents. And there is high likelihood that if you are drunk, you may not be able to control the speed of the vehicle.
Globally, road traffic cases are known for their contribution towards considerable economic losses to individual, families, and nations. The loss in this nature is traced from the cost of treatment as well as loss of productivity for those killed and disabled due to accidents and for family members who need to take time off work to care for the injured. It is estimated that road traffic crashes cost most countries up to 3% of their gross domestic product. More than 90% of road traffic death occurs in low and middle income countries. Even within high income countries, people from lower socio-economic backgrounds are more likely to be involved in road traffic crashes. For iAfrica News, Binta Jallow.
Jallow, thank you very much for that report there as the police raises concern on the frequent road traffic accidents in the country. We are moving on quickly now and report on election matters, and of course there is the ongoing voter registration, which is now very close to its end, unless if the IEC is going to extend it or not, but let's see. But for now though, as the voter registration exercise draws to an end, the Alcala of Welingara has on Monday told iAfrica TV that the voter registration exercise in his community has been very peaceful with little negative incidents. Alhaji Sehundur made this remark as some communities in the Gambia witnessed demonstrations of alcaloship and attestation. Here's more details of that in this report.
According to Alhaji Sehundur, the voter registration exercise in Welingara has been peaceful and without any incidents. He said, other than the occasional malfunctioning of some of the machines in the center, things are going smoothly and people have been very cooperative.
Since the onset, we haven't got any problem here. We are going nicely and people have accepted what we asked them to do and they are doing it, and those inside are doing their job accordingly. So therefore I'm really satisfied with that.
The Alcala of Welingara also described the voter registration in his community as special due to zero occurrence of negative incidents of any kind. The youth of Welingara, he said, have turned out in large numbers to partake in the voter registration exercise in order to secure their right to vote in the upcoming 2021 elections.
Well, I've been seeing so many youths coming up, definitely. In the case of Welingara, it's a special anyway to the registration, because I've been hearing problems somewhere here and there. But in the case of Welingara, everything is, people are serious on what they are doing. Youths are turning out to come. Some are coming out for attestation, so we are treating them equally. Once they are Gambian, Gambian people, and I'm giving them the responsibility of having all their voting rights.
The Alcalo added that the relationship between the party agents of the different political parties stationed there is cordial and wonderful, with no occurrence of conflict. He further thanked the officials and the public for showing up to register and for keeping the peace and tranquility the Gambia is known for.
People are coming definitely in this area. I have nothing to say about other than telling them thank you very much for being keeping the peace and tranquility, which we are all known of that Gambia is a special place in Africa. And why? Because of our peace and tranquility.
The Independent Electoral Commission began the national voter registration on Saturday, 29 May 2021, for a period of 44 days, and 1 million Gambians are expected to register ahead of the December 2021 elections. According to the IEC, 250 voter registration centers will be open to the public daily, and a total of 740 voter registration centers throughout the country. Reporting for iAfrica TV, I am Hadijatou Haita Toure.
Well, compared to other communities or areas in the country, voter registration in Vellingara community was rather smooth and peaceful, according to the Alcalo there, as you heard from that report. But let's take some election matters as December calls. Now, the youth advisor to President Barrow has said that the leader of the United Democratic Party, Ousainou Darboe, is old and has no strength to rule the Gambia. Henry Gomez made this remark at the State House, where local authorities of the West Coast region met with President Barrow. Now, here's more details of that in this report.
The people of the Gambia are at the crucial stage towards the most eagerly awaited presidential election since the ousting of the former President Yahya Jammeh in 2017. Henry Gomez, the presidential advisor on youth matters, said Gambians can only be safe in the hands of President Barrow considering the situation of the country. Henry accused the leader of the United Democratic Party, Ousainou Darboe, for lacking strength and well-being to rule this country.
Ousainou cannot rule this country. Ousainou is already old. Ousainou has no strength. If you give your votes to him, where you are sitting right now in the State House, he will turn it into a hospital and turn his office into a pharmacy because he will only be there to cure himself.
According to him, giving this country to another ruler will further disturb the people of the Gambia and will in fact make them suffer. Mr. Gomez further added that the development President Barrow has done for this country within 5 years, none of the former president has done it during their 5-year term.
Adama Barrow dafa liggéey Gambia. Nañ leen ñu nangulante ne.
What I will tell you is that President Barrow has developed Gambia. Let's agree that he will develop Gambia within 5 years. Sir Dawda Jawara, with all the respect I have for him, did not do it. And even Yahya Jammeh, let's take our votes and vote for President Adama Barrow. If what is supposed to be done has to be done before, then President Barrow wouldn't be here to construct roads, provide electricity after 52 years.
Henry Gomez, like other party militants, is optimistic that Barrow will sweep the December polls and get back to the State House by 2022. To him, after 22 years, Gambia is still struggling to reach the promised land. According to Henry Gomez, his party went for an alliance with President Barrow's National People's Party because they have a manifesto that promotes equal rights and justice. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Daisy.
All right, Munginono. Of course, there's the President Barrow's youth advisor there, Henry Gomez, who says the UDP leader, of course, cannot rule this country. And yeah, he made this remark when, you know, because of course he said he don't have the strength and all that. But, you know, we will discuss on that and of course on other issues as well happening in the country. And, well, like I said, we will delve with this and other matters also happening in the country as always we do. He made the remarks, like I said, on Saturday, was it? Yeah. When local authorities from West Coast region met with President Barrow at State House. Mu ngi noonu su ko defee dégg ngeen xibaar yaa ngi noonu amaana sax ci kanam du ñàkk ñu dellusiwaat ci yeneen xibaar tamit waaye comme ni ngeen ko déggee léegi loolu Henry Gomez la moom mooy advisor President Barrow ci wàllum ndaw yi wala sax advisor daal waaw ci wàllum ndaw yi ci réew mi mu nekk am na kàddu yi nga xamante ne wax na ko ci meeting bi ñu war see waxtaan ak yeneen yi nga xamante ne mooy tolluwaay réew mi ci wàllum politique waa ndax ci waxtu bi lañ nekk ci noonu ñu am mbégte tey dalalaat ki nga xamante ne mooy Ñaawaru Koma bu UDP moom mi nga xamante ne moom moo jiite ndaw yi parti ci KMC mbégte lay doon saa su ne ñu woo ko ci jotaay ji ñu waxtaan ak moom ci tolluwaay réew mi ci waajtaayu élection si ndax xam ngeen ne seen parti bokk na ci parti yu gën a mag ci réew mi te ñu ngi waajal bu baax li nga xamante ne mooy jongante bi ci décembre ñoom am nañ yaakaar ne incha allah ñoom ñooy jël ndam li ci nuñ ko waxee léegi nag foog ñu waxtaan ak ñoom fan lañ ko teg ak naka la ak yu mel noonu moo tax ñu war koo daalaat tey fii ñu war a waxtaan ci loolu ak leneen Ñaawru ñu nuyuwaat la bu baax kon ni ma ko waxee am mbégte dalalaat la ndaw nga waaye tamit ku am kilifa la ku am baat la tamit ci réew mi saa yu mu waxee am ñi nga xam ne nañ ko déglu bu baax ñu bàyyi la nga nuyoo Gambien si ñi nga xamante ne ñu ngi seetaan ci réew mi ak ci fu ne ci àdduna si right now.
Amadou jërëjëf maa ngi nuyu ñëpp tey di jaajëfal man diaspora ñu fi nekk di seetaan programme bi bañ a faate ñu nekk si gannaaw programme bi mooy caméra média ak technicien si loo tax ak na ñu dégga saa yu nekk comme ni nga ko waxee su ñëwee fii rek lu dee tax ñu dee wax ak lu ñu tax a jóg mooy lu ñu liggéey réew mi si kanam saa yu nekk daal jaar si àll kalaj bi
waaw
comme saa yu nekk di wax loo xam ne mooy dëgga loo xam ne moo war a yóbbu réew mi ci kanam bañ a xool si boti ket waaye nekku ne suñ bébét mooy ne taxa merloo nit looloo tax ñu jóg waaye pour ñu wax dëgg bi rek pour dëkk bi dem loolu ñu tax a jóg bismillah asalaamaaleykum ñuy seetaan fu nekk
jërëjëf loolu am na solo xam naa ne li nga wax am na solo foog ñu waxtaan wax dëgg ci la waaye tamit waxtaan ci lépp la xaj ndax réew mi buñ ko comme ni nga ko waxee moom buñ ko pencoowul rek du baax pàccoo mooy ci topp te pàccoo moom baaxul ci réew moo tax waxtaan foog muy am ñu mun a gindi askan ki ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci yu bari yi nga xamante ne mu ngi xew ci réew mi te ñoom ñi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo faree ci politique bi ñu bari dañ leen di déglu moo tax ñuy wax ak ñoom saa su ne ci réew mi Ñaawru xam naa ne sax kàddu yi nga dégg da nga cee bugg a tontu léegi waaye bugg na balaa ñoo dugg ci loolu ak xew-xew ba amoon State House ci weekend bi président Barrow jël ci kàddu jël ci ak tamit engagement bi nga xamante ne wax na ko jëmale ko ci alkaal yi nañ ci ñëw waaye tolluwaay réew mi ci wàllum politique nga bokk ci parti bi nga xamante ne kon ni ma ko waxee woon sànq bokk na parti bu gën a mag ci réew mi UDP tey situation bi nu moo demee seen parti bi naka la ko gisee ak lan mooy taxawaay parti bi ci loolu.
jërëjëf Amadou saa yu nekk UDP seen taxawaay si politique bi mooy ne saa yu nekk luy intérêt réew mi UDP loolu moo ñu tax a jóg te mosu ñoo dégga fu UDP di promote violence ou di isi affaire yi naka su dul noonu si politique lu ñoo advocate saa yu nekk ak suñ parti leader bi lu moo wax mooy ne ku nekk li nga def ko within the ambits of the law mooy ne loi bi lum santa pour nga bàyyi ko lu mu la may nga jël ko na respect nit yi na respect constitution yi Gambia na respect ñoo xam ne ñu ngi liggéeyal nguuri Gambia foog naa lii moo war a nekka loo xam ne ku nekka soo nekkee si political field bi time bi ni yaa ngi ut place ou di ut presidency lii moo war a nekka sa message of unity message of peace and tolerance loolu moo jógee si UDP loolu la ñu dee wax saa yu nekka te si loolu lañ topp
all right léegi fan yii nii xam naa ne xam ngeen dégg nga coow li bëri na ñu bëri ñu ngi addu ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci xew ba seen parti leader comme noo ko waxee génn na wax am leeral bi nga xamante ne leeral na ko ci taxawaay bi nga xamante ne parti bi ñu am nañ ko ci coow wala ci wax bi nga xamante ne tasaaro na ci réew mi am position bi nga xamante ne nag position boobu la parti bi ñëw distance seen bopp ci li nga xamante ne bëri ñu ngi doon duut baaram parti bi ci coow li ak yi nga xamante ne ñu ngi koo dégg ci réew mi te ñu bari jàpp ne gënul te rafetul ci réew mi loolu tamit naka nga ko gisee en tant que nga xamante ne ku jiite ndaw yi surtout ci réew mi wala ci parti
Amadou am na lu bëri lu xew so man pour ma wax si loolu du ma si sori lu baax li ma see wax ku nekk war ngaa xam ne dëkk bi ne luñ dee wax mooy ne nañ dee gis loo xam ne mooy yóbbu réew mi ñu wax ko ñi nga yëfi xeet taxul réew mi jëm kanam yëfi saagante taxul réew jëm kanam yëfi isi naka su dul noonu di caricature political leader taxul réew bi jëm kanam te ku nekk sooy def loolu dafa am si kër bi nga dee jógee ak si mbootaay bi nga bokka loolu mooy wone mbootaay boobu seen jikko naka la mel loolu mooy gàttal te ku nekk soo nekkee kilifa war ngaa mën a taxaw wax sa njaboot bi ak sa askan yi bu leen def lii du yoon understand nga because dama gisut loo xam ne war naa tax benn nit di jóg di saaga full head yaa xam ban xeet nga doon loolu ñaawlu naa ko rafetut te kenn waruta associé loolu ak benn political party because political party bu nekka am na xeet bu nekka ñoo fa nekk te kenn jógut mu ne man diw ñoo ma yónni au political party bi laa represent so waruñoo mun a attach saagi nit to a political party unless yow nga use platform yi political party because gis na ñoo xam ne ñu ngay use platform yi seen political party di saaga di wax yu ñaaw te ñëpp xam nañ fu moo jógee waaye dama dee wax saa yu nekk rek dañ war a bàyyi leen a Gambie am na news yoo xam ne dañ ko dee amplify am na yoo xam ne dañ ko dee yëg gis ko duñ si wax dara because wax naa la su nekkee UDP la moom nañ ko amplify dafa nekk seen issue dañ ko waxtaanee media house yi si fu nekk waaye because of dafa am fu mu jógee kenn du si wax yàggul rek social media seetaan nga Baba Jah fii la amee interview amul wax bu mu waxut Ousainou Darboe is an elderly state person su nekkul ne sax bokk nga si political party am serve na up to the position of a vice president in this country nit warut a ñëw anywhere any platform ngay woo waxi yabaate waxi haste waxi saaga koo xam ne mut na la bàyyi loolu ñun suñ diine bi nanguk suñ culture bi nu ñu yaree nanguñ ko because nit du saaga sa mag sa sakantuma sa kilifa so yooyu noonu dañ ko war a bàyyi te wax naa la loolu def dee xew saa yu nekka nu di see wax dara because fu mu dee commencé mooy ne président bi su wax dee toog ñu may ni di plateforme di wax bu leen neex kilifa yi moom du leen wax bàyyi leen du leen eeda so loolu suy xew culture boobu ñooñu ñoo ko nekka di encourage léegi njiit all the time sooy wax da nga war a nekka unifier
exactly
wala loolu nekka ñoo xam ne da ngaa xaajale nit
li nga wax nii ak yi nga xamante ne mu ngay xew ci en tant que bi nga xamante ne ndaw nga tamit nga bokk ci parti bi nga bi gën a mag kon ne ma ko wax ci réew est-ce que yow amuloo ci njàqare ndax tiituloo ci fuñ jëm
loolu war naa tiital ku ne because loolu kenn waru koo def su nekkoon si yeneen réew ma Africa or anywhere in the world you cannot doo mun a taxaw nga insult a political leader of the biggest opposition party in that country you will not survive it waaye the peaceful nature of the Gambian people saa yu nekk soo bëggee def dara rek bàyyil waaye loolu waruta am police yaa ngi nii fii intelligence yaa ngi nii fii foog naa yi ñooy yoo xam ne dañ si war a gën a topp openly si platforms na ma laa jox samp lu ñu wax Ousainou Darboe si plateforme boobu soo ko waxee si président bi si plateforme bu nekk plateforme boobu suñ ko tëju dañ ko okkota de why should that happen because su nekkee si at la Ousainou moom ak président su nekkee waxi kilifa la ñoom ñaar yëpp or kii government la kii is the leader of the biggest opposition party in the country ñooñu yëpp kilifa la saaf na ba nekk vice président si réew mi nekk na minister of foreign affairs loolu soo ko mënut a jox cër ne mag la war nga koo mën a jox cër ni si mbaxana yooyu noonu saaf na réew mi oo nañ ko bi his excellency the vice président loolu warut a tax nit mën a ñëw taxaw si plateforme xam nga a rule for the geese should be a rule for the gander xam nga waruñoo am i secret cows that time of nii kii dafaa def lu ko nekk keneen su defee lale mu ngi nii fii li tax moo dee bugg a wax every time mooy ne UDP is the most peaceful party you can think in this world ñu ngi wax lu nekka UDP ñoo dee waaye mosuloo dégga ñun ñoo create violence fii waaye yaa ngee dégga nit yi ñu ñoo attaque barki de mboo jaay jàmbur fii national youth president NPP dafa dóor police officer bi si registré daf ko fight physical ñu yóbbu ko police the very day amul 24 hours he is roaming still the streets of Jambur nothing happen daf ko dóor kurpeñ ko ñun luñ bugga nga def loolu nga def or else Keba Madi Bojang is working freely in this country he is above the law by default because nit du assault police officer yow ndemuloo remand straight su nekkee beneen political party moo def loolu ni kon time bi yaa ngi koo dégga fu nekk UDP ñoo def li waaye lu tax gars yi duñ ko wax te kenn du la wax ne yëguñ loolu the police are there they know what I'm saying he attacked a police officer in a pool in time you know what UDP ñu ngee dem round action monitoring team yi they put on black they are talks I'm talking to the president yow yaa am talks is the president who has talks If your national youth president can be a top, he's fighting a law enforcing agent and he's working scot-free. Soon can sagun ben police officer, sa kontuma am issue. L'union def moyen is their vested right as a political party to scrutinize the registration process in this electoral process. That is not a privilege. It is a bona fide right of every political party. If other political parties are not doing it, UDP are doing it peacefully. They should not be attacked. They should not be called names. But instead, we have the highest disappointment from the highest office in this country, from the CEO of the country. Calling people talks when he has talks in his own.
We'll come to that.
That is the problem.
Well, legi ci situation bi legi because yow wax nga ne ku tiitul rek xamal ne maybe xamuloo ci li nga lenk wala gisuloo wala bàyyiloo sa xel ci fuñ jëm ñu ngi waajale election science yi dafa mel ni mu ngi génn si saagante bi xasante bi wax nga ko tey of course yaa ngi wax tamit this is from the highest office yaa ngi tuumal waaye political party yi tamit seen leader seen taxawaay est-ce que foog nga taxaw nañ wala ñu ngi wone ne seen taxawaay mot na pour ñi nga xamante ne ñoom leen jiite wala ñi leen toppa ñu xam lan mooy nekk seen taxawaay right now because ñu bari tamit ñu ngi leen di joxoñ ne politique bi moo indi tension bi yëpp ci réew mi waaw
du affaire accuse sa wax bi dama see rectify that is not an accusation. You had the president publicly saying it on national TV. Africa, you covered it. You have it.
Yes.
He said there are certain political parties putting on black by their talks. Literally, he's calling the UDP out. Because only UDP know I'm national monitoring and observation team. Them. We are monitoring the electoral process. We have our rights as civic citizens of this country. Not even the president can take that away from us. Let him be reminded of that. He cannot take our civic rights from us. So calling them talks. Those talks we are the people you have to fight and then correct mom them make a president.
But if you react in this way, tamit est-ce que do degal même rek wa légui dama bëgg non légui no reaction la da ngay ton wa dama bëgg
the president of the republic ko xamne dafa wara nek a unifier one now because of political reasons the associate a political team bo xamne they are doing their franchise di len call talks when mom patiam amna ñoo xamne ñu ngi door police national youth president am moom
waa léegi yow bu fekkee ne ñu ngi waxtaan pour gën a dalal situation bi te yow di weeri nga réacté dafa da nga bëgg a firndeel ne ñu bari xëy na ñu ñoo gis affaire bi tic for tac bi diggante NPP ak UDP loolu moo tax tension bi xëy na mu gën a toll fii dafa mel ni da nga ko bëgg a déggal amaana bu fekkee ne sax moom waxe am na ni mu waxee te warawu ko waxee nga am li nga war a waxee pour jubante yëf yi ñu lay déglu tamit seen xel dina dal.
Amadou xel boobu mooy dal. There can never be lasting peace without justice. There can never be justice without reconciliation.
Wow.
There cannot be no reconciliation without the truth. Xam nga la ñoo wax fii yow li nga wax fii loolu is just like.
No, why kilifa nga tamit.
doo mun a reconcile.
No, I'm not talking about
without saying the truth fii.
No, why.
dama fee wax.
waaw
dama di instigate dara.
non loolu la ba da ngay tontu
président bi wax.
yow
waru koo wax.
waaw waaye léegi
loolu dama ne la man dama tiit.
waaw
because we don't expect him to be divisive. We expect him to be a unifier. Problem yooyu suñ amee sax président should come and reassure Gambians and ñun yëpp benn lañ. nu ñoo demee ni lii politique la rek nañ fàtte ne politique bi benn bés la ñoo saani kata su jeexee. the Gambia will be here for everybody for the next 5 years. If that is what we expect from the president.
waaw
bu ko
defut nga jàpp ne defoo ko daf doon baax nga toog fii kon nga fàttali ko.
loolu laa ko def nii.
non waaye
ma ne ko na fàttali ku ne. time mi harassment intimidation dafa ñëw fii te ñun ñoo ko xem moom si la loo tax moom mu ñëw so moom warut a fall for those tactics di ko usaat du dox ñun suñu parti da wax naa la ko fi saa yu nekk tolerance discipline and respect for rule of law.
waaye doo gis
UDP.
waaye ñu ngi koo joxoñ tamit ci ne xëj na moom doo ko dégg mu ngi wax nit ñi nañ bàyyi saaga waaye am na ñi nga xamante ne ñu ngi wax ne ñu ngi bokk ci parti bi wala di ko support te ñuy wax am na ñoo waxee xëj na du leen aratu wala wax ne nañ bàyyi ak yu mel noonu.
Let me tell you something, Amadou.
waaw.
Who in this world can control social media if the governments even all over the world cannot control social media? Nobody. You know, dafa am yoo xam ne actions yoo xam ne ak yoo xam ne warloo ko attaché political party dégguloo ko si leadership bi dégguloo ko si kenn su nekk si executive bi dégguloo ko si ñaawal sax moo xam ne is in the youth sector dégguloo ko si kenn si parti bi si militant nga ko dégga kan moo mun a control militant si fii
kon
soo waxee dara
kon ñun am nañ
déedéet
problème
soo waxee dara laa wax
waaw
nit mu ne li ma laa wax mooy ne na ma kenn a génnal audio boo xam ne doomi UDP moo génn di saaga nit wax naa ko fii ages ago you can't ñu dee wax ne UDP ñoo dee saaga mënul laa génnee benn audio 2020 nga génne ko dugal ko si forum in 2021 to instigate that action when it is a tribal insult in your group and you are a responsible political party is that responsible loolu ñun duñ ko def te musuñ koo def te nekkuñ di ko def ñu ko nekka di def
ñan ñoo def loolu
NPP ñoo ko def is the truth and we are not blaming anybody ñun dañ ne doo mun a am loolu si ñun nañ génnee benn audio boo xam ne si UDP member la jógee mu wax outright di turi gars yu nekk si beneen political party di leen saaga waaye ñun gis nañ ko fii recently Fat Jagne NPP amul wax bu mu waxut
waaye léegi
xaaral ma wala rek
waaw
soo léegi loolu ndax yéen doo leen ko dee dégg ndax doo leen ko dee gis
non waaye léegi
no I'm asking if whether the media has access to social media comments or videos or audios if that is not the case you should do that if you are not doing it you should do that and if you've done it and you are oversighting it I think the question to me will be irrelevant in that case because it is not UDP, it is not me, it is not anybody related to UDP.
Now, specifically, man léegi li ma bëgg a wax.
Sufficiently, ñu ko nekk di def ñoo la mun a tontu lu tax ñoom ñu dee saaga. Why they are bitter and angry.
waaye léegi yow da nga fi toog ci parti bi nga bokk ñuy waxtaan luy xew te bugg a xam tamit position parti parce que ni ñoo waxtaan ak yow noonu la ñoo waxtaan ak keneen ndax situation bi it's seemingly getting out of hand te fu ñoo dem sax tollooguñ fa moo tax ñu war a toog di waxtaan moo tax dama ne taxawaay political party ñoom ñi nga xamante ñoom ñoo jiite parti est-ce que jàpp nga ne ni ñu toogee di am na ñu ngi toog ñu jàpp ne ñoom ñu ngi dañ noppi di seetaan luy xew te loolu bu dee loolu moo nekk di xew dafa mel ni ñoom dañu bëgg a sacrifice Gambia wala Gambian si political because tension bi yëpp politique moo ko indi
loolu tax ma ne la Amadou
waaw
loolu political party yu nga ko war a laajee UDP bokku ci
lu tax
barki de man Njaay lañ jógee fii am press release
waaw waaye loolu
statement xanaa briefing la lu fa nekk is about peace ne advising UDP you have the video here
waaye
you have it in your account
waaye tamit
mën a def mooy ne
li gën a
advocate for calm peace and mutual coexistence UDP is always doing that
no waaye
from the party leader to the party structures
waaye lu fi feeñ tamit mooy
from the youth president to the youth representative
lu ci waaye no but again yow da ngay nangu ne ci biir oote jaama boobu daal ba ngi leeral génn na ci mooy da ngeen parti la dafa ñëw pour leeral audio bu génn distant UDP ci audio bi jox tamit joxo ñeneen wax ne ñoom ñoo ko génnee mooy NPP wax na ko jógee tamit leeral yeneen yi nga xamante ne xew na diggante parti bi ak ñeneen xew-xew bi fale ci Kanilaay ak yu mel noonu loolu yëpp feeñ na ci press conference bi loolu gi nag su fekkee ne position boobu moo am beneen parti tamit am beneen position wax jëmale ci keneen situation train bi bu continuer est-ce que loolu dana gën ci réew mi loolu foofu laay waxee
ma ne lii dafa set wecc lii jaruta waste time si topic bi nii
waaw
ñu ko def xam nañ seen boppa UDP nu mu génnee dama la waree waa benn wax lu tax UDP every time if there is an issue they will come and clarify and say their stance the other parties will not do that they keep quiet silent means consent that is it that is the bottom line ñun we are not party to all what they are saying that is what we can do that is our political right and our civic duty to make sure you inform Gambia bi ne ñun bokkuñ ci lii we are disdaining this we are not associating with this we are demeaning insult we are demeaning this politics of character assassination and personal attacks. That is what the political party can do, and we've done that efficiently.
Now, moving
timely.
Forward with this situation, léegi yow with this situation fu ñu nekk ak luy xew lan nga jàpp ne moo war a nekk den di position taxawaay political party bu nekk pour ñu is situation bi tension bi nga xamante ñu ngi ko gis ci réew.
taxawaay UDP luñ def political party boobu nekk loolu nga war a def da nga war a ñëw génn condemn yu nekk di xew bi nga xam nga leena laay wax mooy ne an injustice anywhere should be a threat to justice everywhere.
Wow.
Kanilaay incident is an example. Every bona fide political party has every born right to enter any settlement in this country for its political dispensation. Whether they will be given a hard welcome or they will be answered to, that is left to the inhabitants of that settlement. But to attack them because of their political affiliation, assault them, is a grave crime, it's a grave infringement on the Constitution and the Republic of the Gambia.
Wow.
So Lolo, Degulo, Ken, c'est ben political party, so the Citizens Alliance, we are all political parties. Imagine if any other political party goes to another stronghold of another political party. He is meted with the same treatment. Is that promoting and propagating peace or inciting violence and unrest? Then nobody is talking about it. Everybody is silent on that issue because it is UDP. This is what is sad in this country.
And that is simply because...
This is what is sad in this country. Some are treated as violent when they are the most peaceful. The peaceful guys are the most violent and they will not be talked about. This is sad. This is hypocrisy 101. Imagine if another political party was attacked. You will hear statements coming from every far and wide in this country. But UDP was attacked. Who's condemned it? Which political party? Apart from Citizens Alliance. I've not heard it.
But no, okay,
no.
No one supports it also.
No. But you should condemn that.
Yeah, of
because
course.
A political party being attacked in a settlement that belongs to the Gambia. Kanilai is not its own republic in the Gambia. It's part of the Gambia. And they have the right to visit. They have visited how many polling and registration centers? Why should Kanilai be different? Why? The question why? Why it should be different? Why should they be attacked? Because they went there to look at a registration process. They didn't go to anybody's house. They went to a registration center.
Okay, what happened
So
in
that
Kanilai?
one, I'm saying,
Lulu.
they have a lot of work to do. And Gambian political parties should man up. They should wise up.
You talk about the inter-party committee. Wow.
Yes,
the
I'm talking to all politics.
Yeah, because the inter-party committee be here, and you bari tami ñu ngi then what is the essence? So fekkene yi mu ngi xew, and we are seeing the signs, and apparently, not much is done. People are doing all sort of things. People are worried. People are scared because of where we are heading to.
What surprises me a lot is we have an inter-party committee.
Yeah.
And the inter-party has a chairman, but I've not had any condemnation, any statement towards this attack on the UDP from the IPC.
This morning I had this morning I listened to the co-chair, of course, who is the NAM for Fonyi councillor. That's Honorable Amunyasi. He condemned the act, and of course he said what happened in Kanilai is unacceptable. That I had him on record.
Honorable Nyasi.
Yeah, he said outright.
I thank Honorable Nyasi.
I had him on record
for saying that today in the morning.
Yeah.
But it should have come earlier.
No, but
no.
Yeah,
we mean if issues happen.
Yeah.
Like you said, if you allow the issue to drag on, you create speculation.
Yeah.
If I had heard that earlier, I would not even sit here and condemn why the IPC have not made a statement.
Yeah.
But it came in the morning. I've not heard it before yesterday.
Yeah.
So this is it. But if I have heard it, I would not have said it here because I'm part of the youth IPC.
Yeah.
I expect us to preaching this. We are preaching this all the time amongst ourselves as youth leaders in the youth IPC, that is Yobek, youth branch of the inter-party committee.
Of course.
We want to make sure that our election is violence-free, that we serve the Republic of the Gambia, let Gambia come first before party colors. This is what we are propagating for. This is what we are advocating for. This is what we want to practice. But with the trend that we are going on, I think we have to recede and discuss this amicably as political parties. That sense of maturity in our militancy should be looked at. The sensitization should be done to make sure to tell people that even you don't see our values and policies with a certain political group, allow them to use their franchise. You cannot disenfranchise them because you are not in the same political party. That is uncalled for. That is unacceptable in this country. Because if anybody wants to be a president in this country, you have to be able to visit all the four spheres of this country.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can't have access to certain area, that is not democracy. So representative democracy and political pluralism should be encouraged by people embracing unilaterally the franchise of adult suffrage, universal adult suffrage. And that cannot be done without having a climate of a peaceful democratization process. And it starts with campaigning and at least evaluating the electoral process and the registration.
Absolutely. And, just a reminder, if you are just joining us, this is the Tuesday's edition of the Good Morning Africa program. And, of course, we are hosting this morning Nyauru Koma, who is the youth president of, UDP youth, of course, in KMC. He's the chairman. the leader of the youth. And of course, we are talking about the current state of the country politically, what has been happening. We all witnessed and have seen or heard how the situation is prevailing. It's really worrisome. People are worried as to the way and manner things are happening. Is really uncalled for. So that's why they think it's always important we need to discuss among ourselves as Gambians. It's politics, we know, but I mean, again, we need that politics that can maintain peace and avert, bringing division among ourselves and all that. And I think that's very, very important. So we have dealt with so many issues, of course, which has been addressed by his own party, and also what happened in Kanila. And like I said, the National Assembly member for Kafonyi Council, Honorable Amul Nyasi, I heard him this morning condemning what happened in Kanila. And of course, he went further to say part of the inter-party committee meeting, they would be meeting this week and before the week, and of course, part of the agenda would be what happened in Kanila, and they would discuss with it, and the inter-party committee also will take their position on the matter. But it's uncalled for, and we hope it will not happen again anywhere in the country. Su ko defee ñu continuer ba léegi ak ñaawru dañoo dellu State House because gis naa ni yaa ngi ci doon wax ba léegi sa yaram bi mu ngi tànga de suba teel bi President Barrow daje na ak local authority from Fonyi alkaalo si chiefs ci ñu dem seet ko si weekend bi gis nga meeting bi li fa juddoo balaa ñu wax ci lum dig alkaalo ci 2022 ne na leen fay balaa ñu wax naka nga ko gisee waaye seen dem bi naka nga gisee dem ñi nga xamante ne mooy waa West Coast di State House woon kon ñu ngi ci gannaawam daal.
dama foog ne président bi dafa
jaaxle.
President Barrow has lost trust in himself and his group. He is in that desperate mood la nekka. And the mode for the desperation, you understand that.
What desperate?
What happened to President Barrow?
One desperation.
I think President Barrow forgot one thing. President Barrow was the president. When he came into office, he called the Alcalos and Sefos, including his minister. They said, Alcalo, Sefos, stay away from our politics. It's disappointing. The same individual swallowed his word back, seeking help from the Alcalolo and the Sefolo. And this Alcalo and Sefolo is supposed to be apolitical. Every individual belongs to a political party. In your heart, you support a political party. But in the dispensation of your official functions, politics should not show face. The Alcalo of UNA is an alcali for UDP residents, NPP residents, APRC residents, and all other political parties who are duly represented in that particular settlement.
Yeah.
How can the Alcalo officially openly side with a political party in the open? That is a mistake. That cannot be rectified by anybody.
No, but just hold on.
No, wait.
Wait a minute.
I said.
No, but
what the Alcalo said.
I heard what you said.
What did they say?
No, what I'm saying is, what you are saying, they are not siding with any political party. They are siding.
Say astaghfirullah.
No, just listen.
I'm going to say astaghfirullah. I want you to say that.
Boy, allow me.
No. I will not allow you to go past that.
No, but then.
No, I will not allow you.
No, wait.
No.
I
will not allow you to go past that.
Boy, no,
you had the Alcalo.
No, but no, I'm not talking about.
The Alcalo Brufut.
No, me, I'm not.
The Alcalo New Yundu. The Alcalo and the Sefo from Fonyi. They said they are NPP.
Yeah,
they will support NPP.
Yeah, man.
Is NPP not a political?
Me, I'm not talking about that.
What are you talking about?
No, listen to me.
So you cherry pick what you want to talk about
you have to allow me.
In the event.
You have to allow me to learn.
Okay,
you cannot put words into my mouth.
If you want to learn, you will talk about that.
No. You
come. I'll make you learn. You don't want to learn.
You cannot put words.
I'm waiting for you.
No, listen. You have to calm down. You cannot put words.
I'm like this.
No, I know
I'm
you are.
Fiery type. I'm not stressed here. I'm not under any pressure, and I'm not reacting otherwise. But this is who I am. This is what I do. I want to put things across the way I want it.
But you cannot.
With all due respect, I'm not attacking you, and you know.
No, I know.
have been heated more than this before.
Yeah, I know.
So it's fine. This is now.
But you don't want to take your own words and put it into my mouth.
Now,
just allow me to say what I want to say.
I want you to land, but not in my airport. You land in Baroswan. Go ahead.
Which Baroswan?
Go.
Okay, what I'm saying is, based on what you said, you were trying to associate Alcalos are supporting a specific party. I am saying the Alcalos are supporting the president or the government, but not no. Just wait. You cannot say.
You are very funny.
Funny what?
You are the most funniest guy I've ever met. Now you're trying to be funny.
Okay, now tell
Because
me what.
I want you to go to the archives. You
No,
know this
I am
one.
not- you know, you are mentioning specific Alcalo. You know,
The Alcalos that all spoke at that meeting.
Yeah.
They all said they support NPP. We are supporting the president, and the president has his political party. You are the guy who appoints us to be Alcalolo and Sefolo. Why are we not going to support your political party to make sure that you stay there in December 4th? How can you support a president to stay in power in December 4th without supporting his political party?
So you want to
No.
You want to
Ahmad,
categorize all the Alcalos in that
all
same...
what they said. I didn't organize that meeting. But I want you to understand one thing. I didn't organize that meeting. The Alcalos said they're going to support the president's political ambition. What is the president's political ambition? It's his political party, NPP.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure you stay there come December 4th. How? By not supporting his political party.
Yeah, but that,
No, just look at the click. Just look at the connection.
You cannot.
The Alcalo said it openly, you yundum.
Yeah.
Tolube telecom abi. Canadian Dani rola
Yeah,
bale
well,
manna
you
dan rekamba make sure nga NPP support.
No, but you
Ye
have to
carte o fay ye gagné. Ni o tambita nga na dani rola.
How many Alcalos went there?
I don't know. They say
Yeah,
they
sure.
have
But
they said
you-
they said they have 343 alcalos.
And now you have
From
you mentioned here
West
only.
Coast, they say they have 343 alcalos.
Yes.
They went to see the president.
So you cannot categorize all those Alcalos under what?
But they are,
No,
what you want to say? Yeah, Ahmad.
Wow.
If the speaker in the National Assembly makes a law, whether you are represented there as a Gambian physically, he is talking on your behalf as a Gambian. Is that not right?
But
If no, Amadou, don't make things difficult. If a group goes and visit a place, they identify their speakers who will always speak on behalf of the Alcalo. They were not saying, I'm speaking as an Alcalo. We are speaking on behalf of the Alcalo in West Coast. Wait. So the West Coast Alcalo have been siding
you know
sides
what?
now.
The thing here, I want us to move
And
on.
in the middle of this registration process,
No, you see.
giving of attestation by Alcalolo and Sefol, why should the incumbent, the president whose party will be contesting in the next election, call the Alcalos? You want to be the referee, the player, and the linesman at the same time. That is what Barrow wants. But he is just desperate. All what he is complaining about doesn't make sense.
Okay,
Some years ago,
But
he said, Alcalo, stay away from politics. Why is today he is promoting this Alcalos and Sefos to be part of our politics? Because he is desperate. Why should you complain that a Gambian, a seasoned diplomat, a seasoned foreign affairs minister, a seasoned diplomat like Sidat Job, wrote to the Senegalese embassy that is within his right as a Gambian to warn non-citizens to stay away from our politics? I think the president should be the principal advocate for non-foreigners to stay away from our politics. But you're trying to make that nice as if Senegal and Gambia are one country. Mr. President, sorry, you dialed the wrongest number. We will not allow you to have your way with this foreign registration. You've attested to what people have been alluding, and we've been vindicated once again that you are indirectly advising people who are not even Gambian, encouraging them to partake in our election.
How?
Because you want to say Gambia and Senegal are one. No. We have different languages we speak. Officially,
but that's
we
not
have
some-
our
that's not
sovereignty.
something new
We
now.
have our border
No, yeah, but
landmarks that
everybody
separate
knows
these
that.
two countries.
Yeah, everybody
So
knows
you
that.
cannot make it one, Mr. President.
But even you don't get
You can't make it one, Mr. President. We are disappointed,
no,
definitely.
But Nyauru, you know sometimes you over-exaggerate.
Exaggerate what?
No, like
If
seriously.
the president will say,
No,
Alcalo and
how
Sefol,
many
do
times
whatever
sit
you
here
want to
and-
do.
Yo, how
I'm
many-
defending you,
No,
I'm
no,
here.
no, no.
Do it within the
No,
law,
no,
and what?
No, you see,
And
you,
what?
how many times you sit here, you say Senegal, Gambia, Benala. Finger ko wax.
Suma nene benala.
Wow.
Waxuma suñ election de.
Waa léegi jeex na.
Déedéet.
President-
Bi président bi dafa wax specifically.
Mu ne lan?
Turi Sidat Diop ne dafa binda. Mu ne kooku dafa attaque the ambassador. Is that called an attack in English? When you civilizedly write somebody to have an audience with him, we are pleading on behalf of all the political, or on behalf of my political party, or as a Gambian citizen, to warn your countrymen to stay away from. Is that an attack? So the president used that word, they see that the attack Senegal. Among all the ambassadors, what is his special interest in that letter that was written to the Senegalese?
Finally, because
Is he relying on the Senegalese
Yow da nga war a dem.
to get re-elected?
No, listen.
No,
You know
Mr.
what?
President,
No.
sorry, you've dialed the wrongest number, Mr. CEO. It is a no-go area for you. The alcalis cannot save you. They will not be able to save you because it's the Gambian people who voted for you, and
then-
all the promises you made to the Gambian people, you didn't keep. So don't be just trying to
And he made
play
another
that blame game,
and he
trying to introduce what you forced the test when we were coming as president. Wait,
No,
these were the people who were saying, Yahya Jammeh.
Wow.
This Adam Barrow was saying, Yaya Jammeh used to register illegal people from countries outside
Including
to
you.
make sure to perpetuate himself
Yeah,
and remain in power. He is the one who used to say Yaya Jammeh was using Al-Kalon and Sefol to intimidate people to win elections. Now he is using and deploying the same tactic. Sorry, Mr. President. That is a sign of a failure. That is a sign of desperation. That you went back to the old system you were condemning.
Okay, now.
I'm sorry for Barrow.
No, you are
You
sorry
have
for
no time. December
So how-
5th, out of State House.
How about the other?
That is my message for you.
How about the other gesture he made for the Alcalos?
Why can't you pay them if you are serious? You are not looking for political gain.
No, but
Why can't, my friend?
but
my
this
friend,
he said 2022.
My friend, 2022 what?
Also they would.
If we are serious with the Alcalo issue, you don't want to have political gain. You should have already put that in the budget in 2021. They should have started enjoying their emoluments, their salaries, and whatever allowances that should be allocated.
So how do you say
No,
that?
no, no,
Is it a
it's
good
a
move?
political gimmick. It will fail. Mr. Barrow, the people who are advising you on politics are not good advisors. It's the wrong time, the wrong place, and the wrong place. Indeed. You cannot do it.
Yeah, but,
during a political...
but it was embraced.
It
and
was
appreciated
embraced by
the Alcalos.
Is the
They
Alcalos,
praised him
are the Alcalos the
and
people
said-
who... The Alcalos are an individual.
Yeah.
Are they going to be the
now-
people going to vote for
now you
everybody
see?
in their region?
You see?
Yes.
You are hit.
What I am saying...
No, you are contradicting
I'm
yourself.
not, no, you're not
No.
hearing me out.
I am hearing
How
you out.
did I contradict
Now
myself?
you.
The Alcalos should not be political.
No,
the
I'm
office
not-
of
I-
the
I'm
Alcalo
not-
and
I'm
the
not
should
saying-
not be politicized.
No, but you were trying to
I
categorize
said
them as
all the
if.
Alcalos in West Coast. That is what they went and said there. Did I say? They say all the Alcalos in West. Is that my statement?
No, but who said it's all the Alcalos who said so?
Yeah, my friend.
you
No, Amadou, you are
No,
interesting.
you mentioned
you
here
are
only
very
three
interesting.
Alcalos.
I said the people who spoke on behalf of the Alcalos. Not every Alcalo will be able to speak. That will be 10-day marathon speech. They have representatives that they select from them randomly to speak on their behalf. 343 Alcalos represented by those Alcalos who spoke at length, and they all
So maybe
said,
that's-
Mr. Barrow,
that's what
you
make
gave
you-
us our,
No, Lulu Molen
our
Tidal-
position.
No.
We are all loyal to you.
But that's
We are
what-
not loyal to country. We are not loyal to the people in the country. We are loyal to you. That
And
is serving the whims and the caprices of your master.
That makes you worry because with
That
that
makes
support,
who worry? Is the president who was worried?
No, but
You look at his body language. Look at the way he was speaking. He was angry, my brother. All things that
look
they
at the way you
planned
are
to do, He
speaking.
was angry.
You are speaking as somebody.
I saw him on video. He was angry.
Angry?
Because all what they planned, they didn't go through.
What was
And
it?
there's just 5 days to the end of the registration process.
What?
They should rethink their tactics. They should do and recalibrate what they decided to do, or else he is
Now,
at the end of the tunnel.
Finally, because your
Finally.
finally, on Henry Gomez, you heard what he says?
My friend, I will not talk to people those are handbag political parties. A political party that has a leader and the wife of the political...
Registered like your very
Registered
own
like-
party.
That's why I said,
You know,
if the
registered
IEC is
like
doing their
UDP,
job,
so you
if
should
the
at least-
IEC is doing their job, they will be registered many political
You go back
parties,
to-
including GPDP.
Why?
Henry Gomez is the party secretary general. His wife is the deputy party secretary general.
And so what?
That one is a household party.
Who defines
That one is Gomez Kunda political party.
No, but you cannot say that.
My friend, I said it.
But how?
His wife
No, but
is the deputy party dealer anywhere in the
And
world.
so what?
Have you heard that?
And so what?
My friend, you've never heard that anywhere in the world.
You don't see in other countries.
Like which country?
You don't know?
Like the Republic of where? Zamunda in England. My friend.
So,
let's be serious here. I don't take him for serious. Because when it comes to being a healthy being, he forgot the one he said. All these issues about when he was serving as Minister of Foreign Affairs, was Foreign Affairs a hospital or a pharmacy? So in that space, he knows what the answer is for him. When Mr. Dabo was Vice President, was the State House a pharmacy or a hospital? He worked under him. He was his boss. And he didn't realize all that. But today, because he is in front of the president, he has nothing to do. He is not that much relevant. He is looking for relevance. I'm not going to answer to him.
You said he's not relevant.
He is not relevant. What is he advising the president on?
You don't know?
What?
Youth matters.
Youth matters. He failed the youth and sports department. He was sacked from that department. If he could have delivered, why should they have 2 ministers after him? My friend, we are youth. We are into youth
That is the
activity.
president
We are
to
into
decide,
sports.
not-
He has no clue of youth activity or sport activity. I said it because I'm a youth administrator, a sport administrator. I administered sports in Serakunda is for 4 years.
Yeah.
as the Secretary General of the biggest sporting zone in the Gambia.
Yeah.
So he can tell me about sports. He can tell me about youth activity. Let him stay away from that. It's not his domain. He doesn't even know what football is about. When you have a failed semester who went for struggling outside, he couldn't attend anything, you suddenly make him an accidental minister. He will be ranting, blabbing all over. What he is saying is irrelevant.
You are spoiling
They
it.
were there to discuss, they said they were there to discuss the interests of the country. Is attacking Hussein Dabo the interests of the Gambia? Labeling him as he's sick is old. So all people are sick. So the American president in the White House, they have a pharmacy and a hospital there. Can you imagine? The most powerful countries in the world, the most successful presidents in the world, country were all old before they came to office. Including Abdoulaye Wade next door, Senegal Emarza. He was nearly 80 when he was president of Senegal. He was sick. It has nothing to do with one age when your brain is intact. But some people like him who are very youth and hearty, when they have a dull brain like a child, because whatever he says has no relevance to our politics. We were talking about politics. Ousseynou Dabo is doing more political activity than Henry Gomez, and he has never lied down for a day complaining about medical conditions. You've seen his activities all over. He's attending rallies all over. He's attending meetings. He's going to the beach, meeting women folk, youth folk. He's attending cleaning exercises for people. You are telling me that guy looks sick?
And he's ready for the battle.
And he's ready for the battle?
Okay, fine.
Then Mr. Gomez should revisit himself and go and visit a doctor to check whether psychosis or whatever is before.
But you have to change your
that
is what the party is like. You know, his party is a political party.
Handbag. One alako fi. I'm not political. You have.
It's a political party.
Briefcase party. If you see the individual, you see the party.
But the same.
If you don't see individual.
We are being an MCIEC. That's the same way that the party has there. So
I want you to tell me one thing. Have you ever seen a person who is GPDP? In your entire life, since you started calling people, call GPDP here.
No, yo, say
call them.
No, you yourself, you know, GDP have militants. You know their own militants, don't you?
I don't. I've never seen one.
Like seriously?
Except the ones they are represented at the IPC. Maybe he has 2 or 3 people, yes, at the IPC. But apart from that, I don't see anybody in GPDP.
No, you start naming.
You've never met even GPDP in your Voice Popular or whatever you go around. You never meet them. You will hear all political about GPDP. My friend,
okay, fine. Finally,
you semester. No, president bi ak mom yeb de len deport. They are deportees. So buge wax yeneen do de fat den de fatelu.
Wa legi xam nga wax yi ni lañ bëgg wara bay nak.
Dama waxuma dara lo xamne waruma ko wax. Su nekkee
deport boobu noonu yow par président la mën loo ko wax.
président bi deportuñ ko wax.
déedéet.
sa président bi suñ ko deporté duñ ko wax.
déedéet. duñ ko wax.
yow tamit dañ ko deportoon di boobu kay bu mu la naxaat bu mu demoon jaamane xam nga lan la def la waaye deport nañ ko fii. moom moo ko wax sax moom moo ko wax.
non waaye yaa ngi condemn fii ñu toog si kanam bi télé wala ay rajo.
li ma wax fii dafa nekk loo xam ne
non waaye non climate bi dañ ko war a cool loo
Amadou, this climate is cool as whatever.
No, it's not there.
No. There is nothing wrong with saying.
No, I'm not talking about
a deportee.
No, but listen.
And li ñoo wax fii nii président bi moom moo war a kulloo lii ndama maa ko war a kulloo.
si nga bokka.
man si laa bokk.
Why? Because
man koo kulloo waaye président bi mu
yaa ngi ko nii lii du déedéet yow yaa
nii la nekk di def affaire bi ngay xambataan
non li ngay wax nii léegi.
lan laa wax nii.
yow waxu xamuloo.
Déedéet Amadou yow
yow
daal are you an advocate for Mr. Barrow?
I
want to ask you, are you an advocate for Barrow?
No, listen.
If you are not an advocate for Barrow, allow me to land.
You have landed already.
No, I have not. If the airport, you are the manager for Barrow, tell me.
Are you not going?
Are you doing PR for him? Tell me. I will tell you.
These are the things that you have to do.
I will not stop. Because at times I will make this, I will say this to make you stop.
No.
You cannot allow me to freely express myself in the nicest way.
You cannot sit here nga condemn yeneen acte be pare nga ñëw nga toog.
Ban ak laa fi ñaaka condemn.
Loolu laa wax.
Déedéet ma ne.
Soo suñ toogee fii di ñaawloo yeneen yi nga xamante ne
mu ngi xew.
te xam nga ne
li ma ñaawloo dafa set ma ne Henry Gomez su nekkee dafa wax ne Ousainou Darboe fii soo leen ko jëlee xada dafa mag fii dafa nekkal l'hôpital.
te xam nga loolu wax nga ne it's not correct warut a wax loolu.
ma ne loolu tam ma ne la.
waaw léegi yow tamit
moom su nekkee dafa am lu mu war a wax. he is close to people ñoo xam ne. They are deportees before he should be reminding those people. You
see, Nyauru, the thing is whether you or anyone else, am na yeneen yi nga xamante ne ci platform yu mel nii loolu si lañ ko war a bàyyi because yow tey da nga am baat.
Amadou loolu tam ma ne la yéen you are not fair.
No, it's man yow laa nekk di waxal. I'm talking about this platform.
because man leena laa xam man musuma toog si plateforme di castigate
waaw bu wax président bi
déedéet musuma toog xaaral ma wax la xam nga yow loo mënut a understand wax dëgg ak castigate du benn musuma toog si plateforme di wax boo xam ne dama ko wax ne te amut président bi dañ ko dipootoon loolu am na loolu is not haste président bi mu ne na alkali stay away from politics mu ñëwaat mu ne nañ bokkaat moom moo ko wax loolu du haste loolooy dëgg alkalo ak sefo they are representative of everybody in the settlement. They should not be politicized. Lolo degala. In the constitution, the president can appoint the alkalo, but they have their limitations as per local government act. Lolo tamit degala. President bi waru tab mer. Si ko hamne citizen of this country, more been that a certain ambassador warn people. I think ñun dañ wax fii ne every political party should insist on one thing. We should register eligible Gambians. But non-Gambians should stay away from our politics. But why should the president be bitter about that?
Who said he was bitter?
I saw from the body language, the way he spoke, the way he's trying to categorize people who are civilized as thugs. That is wrong, Ahmad.
Well, okay. That should be it for today.
That is it for today. And that is so shall it be. Well, Mr. President, I have one message for you. All your these antics, tactics, and gimmicks would not save you from December 4th. Ala kulli haalin ni la mansa man do ku okay ajindi adum be jindi la nte jindi la fitino kono na carte kesol nte wolle diile la aman kam fasi ni la te fon le ko Gambia 70% be muy talde e kam mun raba al raba te sinda je president 2016 raba me nati 2021 raba te tula je Gambia no le be carte o file ban mente banku dingol wolde carte o file jande ni membe jikiri wala Ese kudo mira, Mr. President. Sorry to say it, but on the 5th, you will call us to congratulate us, and we will be telling you bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mr. President.
And to the political party leaders?
Political party leaders, I want everybody to be all-inclusive. I said it here earlier, an injustice anywhere should be a threat to justice everywhere. We will not condone and we will not allow attacks on individual political parties based on sentiments and affiliations. No, the Gambia should graduate from those type of political system. That we preaching for peace, unity and cohesion as political parties. None of us said when we assume office we're going to burn or sell the Gambia to another foreign power. We have our different policies and in the manner in which we want to rule this country. In as much as we have that diversity, that doesn't make us enemies. We are friends. We are family. The Gambianism should be exposed. It should come to the limelight. We put political parties color last. Wow. So whenever we see an injustice, everybody should try to be a democratic person. A democratic person will sigh, will frown at any injustice.
It should not be only mayor talk.
No, it's not mayor talk. I mean, a democratic person should frown and sigh away from demeaning people, from hurting people, from disenfranchising people. A democratic person should embrace justice,
and lead by example.
Should embrace the truth, should preach for reconciliation, unity, mutual coexistence.
Thank you.
And at the end of the day, patience and maturity. That will get us over the finishing line. It will make us to learn and surmount all those hurdles in front of us. As we are Gambians, one for all for one, regardless of political affiliation, ethnicity or religion. This is what UDP preaches for. In my Ousainou Darboe voice, Abe Danna.
Thank you. And so mo bëggee noppi loo wala nga bëgg a wax dara bu ma dee nekk di jaxase ak nit ñi nga sa jikko bandi yi nga ma dee bëgg a def.
xam nga soo di la safla yow sa boppa da ngaa nekk criminal njëkka soo ko nekkee you are one step ahead.
So léegi
a criminal is always 1 or 2 steps ahead of the police. Always, whenever you get into something, the first thing you should do is to plan your exit before you enter.
You want to always associate me with people and all that.
Yeah, maybe you are doing here. You never know here. Some alcalos, some journalists are given envelopes and they visit State House frequently. I don't know whether you are among them.
Why do Gambians want to associate journalists with the political parties? Or xam nga Gambia réew mi dafa neex de.
réew mi dafa neex.
soo waxutee ku nit ki lu mu bëgg a dégg réew am fu mu la.
déedéet démocratie la tamit.
non waaye amul
on a more serious note. On a more serious note. On a platform like this, it's supposed not to be boring. At times you create that atmosphere of like a joking relationship between the panelists and the journalists. It doesn't mean that actually what the panelists say is what actually is happening. But at times to create that euphoria of at linking,
absolutely, wow.
at that connection. You have to bring in something
that's why they
to make it interesting. But at times, if they comment, don't look at that comment. At times, even myself, I have very negative ones.
No, but that's
we're doing what is best for this country.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thank this platform for being very responsible. I've never seen or heard in any of your programs that somebody used this platform to use certain obscene words and attack individuals. You don't even allow that.
No, definitely.
So that maturity at iAfrica and that modus operandi of control you have over your panel, I think if I have to rate you, I'll rate you at least 60%.
Wait, don't you 100?
No, I won't. I rate you 60%. But I know you are way better than many platforms because they will allow people to say things that will breed in violence, bring in things that will not help the country and that will not heal.
Yeah.
Well, when you want to heal,
you know, we're supposed to end by 5 to 10 because you're supposed to go.
Definitely.
But because of this thing, you see, it's 10 after 10.
Okay.
But thank you. For coming, we so much appreciate that as always. It's Nyawuru come out beauty. It's never boring, or you know when he's right. Or when he's
Ali camera di nam fanan technician o mune be keri. Nila man saman do ko ke ajindi. Baro man do ko ke ngajindi torok. Akana kam fasi. Sorry, Mr. Baro. Next time.
Get him off. We go for his break and come back with the news reviews. Thank you very much, Nyawuru, for coming. We'll be right back.
The pride we take in our brand, the work we put into constantly change the landscape and elevate real estate in the Gambia, it's compared to none. From inception, our goal was to add value to the beautiful Gambian landscape. That's why we are proud innovators of community estates. Kololi Sands is an exceptional piece of work, tailored for ultimate convenience and luxury, to bring you an element of finesse that is rare but unique in its own. This is also our pride and joy, and we welcome you to the exquisite beauty right here in Kololi and right here on the waterfront. Kololi Sands, feel the ocean breeze at your doorstep.
Our sun is running out. Our smiling coast is losing its beauty. Our women are losing their gardens. And our children are losing their future. Our communities infested with mosquitoes and crocodiles attacking and killing our children. Communities are in a state of devastation in exchange for new cities, new buildings, and new roads. Sand mining is not an alternative for the Gambia. Sand dredging is the solution. SMJ is a Gambian-owned company located at Denton Bridge. At SMJ, we dredge fine sand from sea without destruction. Sand dredged from sea is the best solution to keep developing our infrastructure to last a lifetime. SMJ is for a better future. Stop by Denton Bridge. Call us today on +220 277 7753.
All right, welcome back, and thank you so very much for being there. And we are now into the final part of today's edition, and that is, of course, the news super review, as always we do. And yeah, we say thank you so much for staying with us. Su ko defee rek ñu yegg si pàcc bu mujj bi ci jotaay bi kon ni ngeen ànd ak ñun depuis suba bi léegi ñu ngi leen di gërëm ci loolu waaw léegi nag ñu seet étiquette yëglekaay ñoom tamit lan lañ xëyee si seen ay xibaar xew-xew ci biir réew mi ñu digtal leen ko. Just joining us this morning as always, not always, sometimes rek mu raar kenn du ko gis waaw soxna is here for the news review this morning and good morning.
It's like you and Jules, they are batching up on me, but it's okay. I will take it.
Yeah, I think I did daw, so why wouldn't you?
Daw mo mangi ni ñew na, di ma ñew na tay mangi.
Okay.
Feñ na tele wat.
We hope na continue, right?
Na continue kay.
Yeah, inshallah. And then yeah, we have 3 newspapers, right?
So yeah, I have 3 newspapers with me today.
That
I
is
have the Standard newspaper, Foroyaa, and the Voice newspaper.
All right.
So we begin with our analysis on the Standard newspaper. And on the front pages, we have Gambians shot dead in the U.S. and NHRC questioning each other's Gambianness is generating animosity. And you have Darboe criticizes Barrow for failing to lead by example. We also have Defense Minister clarifies military agreement with Nigeria. And we also have controversial Senegal-Gambia fishing agreement had expired. And suit against Banjul mayor and others have started. So we visit the suit against Banjul mayor and others have started, written by Bruce. And it reads, the suit against Banjul mayor Rahim Malik Lowe and the IEC and the Attorney General over the legitimacy of voter attestation by the mayor has begun on the High Court yesterday. Lawyer Abdullahi Fati, representing the applicants, Gambia Participates, Abdul Aziz Gay and Center for Research and Policy Development told the court that Mayor Lowe contravened Section 1, Subsection 2 of the Election Act by issuing attestation for the accusation of voters' card as the law does not empower her to do so.
All right. So
not long ago, this has raised a lot of issues on the news, on almost all media houses, almost all media platforms in the country, that what the mayor did was unconstitutional. But then again, she said, see, you know, because Banjul, they don't have a CFO on Alcalo, so she's acting in those people in their, you know, respective rules, because they lack anyone to represent them when it comes to issuing of voter attestation.
So the case is now had at the High Court.
Yeah.
So now Gambia Participate and others challenged the mayor, and of course IEC also, and the Attorney General.
For sure.
So we'll see what the outcome, because since the case is being heard at the High Court, we wouldn't want to comment much on it, because we all know what happened. So we'll just wait and follow the case and then the outcome as well. Yeah.
Sure.
So that's why it is. We'll move on to another
story.
So
NHRC says questioning each other's Gambianness is generating animosity, and it reads, the Gambia National Human Rights Commission has warned that the questioning of each other's Gambianness or citizenship rights is generating animosity in our communities, as well as prejudice against certain groups of people, which is unnecessary and unjustified in view of the legal remedies available. In a statement released yesterday on the rising level of bigotry and political intolerance in the country, the NHRC reminded the public that there are clear guidelines on how to lodge complaints about possible fraudulent voter registration through the judicial process, and urged any individual who has information that a registered voter fraudulently acquired Gambian citizenship to lodge the complaint before the revising court and not take the law into his or her hands by arrogating to oneself the powers of the court.
Yeah,
this is very timely. As
is.
election is approaching, we have had a lot of issues that are rising from our from our voter registration centers, that some people are trying to acquire voter registration cards and they are not Gambians, but then the NHRC are warning people not to take the law into their hand. If they suspect any case of that sort, let them go to the right appropriate laws that require to remedy the situation instead of them taking the law into their hands.
Yeah, very well, and it's good that, like you said, it's timely. But for me, I think again, they should go beyond just issuing a statement. Press release is fine, but they should go beyond that. They need to come out and make their position much more clear, and they have to talk to the Gambian people. You see, it's always important that we always want to speak in English. It's good, and we all know it's our national whatever language. But then we have to speak to the to Gambians with the Gambianness and all that. Nañu waxante suñ biir ñu xamné li am ak di mbir bi wara démé. Amna yu nga xamantene so waxee liñ dégg ak liñ nampa si lañ laa gën a mun a dégg xam li nga bëgg a wax and what you want to send across. You know, we are not saying the press releases, the whatever is important, but foog ñu waxante li nga xamante ne moom moo li war a am. ñu moytu li ñoo gis ci réew mi Gambia, we don't know this, xamuñ ko waaye luy xew right now ak li ñoo gis is really worrisome. Dafa nekk lu doy waar.
Although mass sensitization nit ñi start nañ ko sax, but even if they can go from house to house, it's something that calls for it, because as election is approaching, we don't need any violence here. As they say, precaution is always better than cure.
Absolutely.
If you wait for it to hit you hard, then you have to receive it in any way that it hits you. So that is very important for them to strengthen their campaign process while election is just on the corner, at the corner.
It is, and we should be very much responsible.
So on Foroyaa newspaper, I have Gambians demand challenges at Kunta Bara crossing point in Nyamina, and fuel prices increase again. And National Assembly Public Enterprise Committee Chairman explains. And you also have Defense Ministry affirms government's commitment to address insecurity in Gulf of Guinea. And you have Mayor lacks power to give attestation, submits lawyer Abdullah Fati. This is literally found in all the newspapers today. And you have printer breakdown impairs voter registration in Mandua, Tuba. So we'll take a look at the fuel price increment in the country that is making drivers to increase their fares as well, because they said they are not gaining any profit as price of fuels keep going high almost every month in the country.
All right, we should be getting that in a moment. Fuel
so
price
here is the story.
And all that. Yeah.
The prices of fuel have increased again as of 1st July 2021. The price of petrol has increased from 56.11 to 57.68. Wow, that's a bit huge. And while diesel rose from 53.42 to 55.42, in the past 2 years, fuel price changes almost at the first day every month, and the same trend continues as 2021 began.
Every month, this is something. Every month?
Oh, yeah, almost every month in the Yoka Fuel League. That this is directly affecting, passengers, because sometimes so jele motor from Westfield, ngabuga them Costa route, you have to pay 2 fares.
Yeah, this has been the number.
Some will charge you for $10. Imagine, lunga hamanta danko warana fay like $18, you are paying $20 for it. Just sometimes you even pay more because they know them sunjele Westfield. They know them be Latrikunda, la fofu la from Latrikunda, Costa route.
Yeah, this issue of dog pass, I think it's not something new. We all talked about this, and then, but the thing here is, every month, fuel of price increasing. You wonder why is that?
Why is that happening?
Every now and then, every month, at the beginning of every month in New York, I think they wouldn't announce it.
And when you consult the government, they will,
and this will leave drivers with no option.
One of the main reasons that they will tell you is external control. Some things are beyond their control.
But they need to communicate. And tell Gambians what is happening.
It's really taking a toll on Gambians.
People only get to know that fuel prices have increased on newspapers or on media outlets.
For sure.
It's just crazy sometimes. But then I think something has to be done about this. But, well, let's see what happens. But I think this will again go, far to at the extent of drivers and people and their commuters or passengers, are giving here and there. Man, $8 like $10 you have to pay. You can pass, you couldn't pass. So the fuel is increasing and they are not telling people they pass you kuna.
That is why
drivers now are taking their own decision and say,
because every month today, you yoka pass, you yoka fuel, you nekundi yoka send passy. So the difficult in nyom tami send site. Though the far made to see passengers send site tami, but nyom tami it's something that goes 2 ways.
Absolutely.
Nyom tami they are buying the fuel on daily basis, and if prices of fuel keep increasing and their fares are at the same price, then it's really going to affect them. Motor you buy nyom there that it's not their own.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Point newspaper, we have Gambia launches projects to avoid election violence, and you have 4 coronavirus patients on oxygen, and you have presidential aspirant promise to rule Gambia fairly. You also have NA suspend session as ministers fail to appear. So we'll take a look at 4 coronavirus patients that are currently on oxygen. So the story reads, 4 people are on oxygen after testing positive for coronavirus, as 9 other people suspected of being infected are on the monitoring system. The Gambia has registered more than 6,000 cases since the start of coronavirus and recorded 181 deaths rather.
Yeah, that's the number.
That's the total number of people that died, and you have more than 6,000 people that have been confirmed to be infected by the coronavirus pandemic.
Since the 17th of March to date, that's the number. But we have 4 on.
We have 4 on oxygen, and currently we have most of these measures so relaxed that people tend to forget that they are no more respected. You barely see people wearing face masks, you barely see the social distancing.
Very few.
And, people are gathered in almost all corners of the country.
You go to the beach now, you think you know, everything is
just normal.
It's okay.
But
you go to
coronavirus
Ngentes and
existing.
Heo and everything. Gambia, you know, is difficult. But that's why experts are still worried about.
It didn't only stop from us. Even our government officials are also gathering. So what do you expect of people? They should lead by example. Coronavirus is still existing, and we should all be, you know, we should all follow the due process and the precautionary measures in order to avert and prevent such cases from, you know, raising on daily basis.
Some experts are worried, you know, Africa facing the third wave still, because in some countries, if you are following development, what that happens in some part of Africa, you realize that they are still in the midst of COVID-19, and they are so much struggling. You know, lockdowns are still being imposed. People are limited, you know, movements of people are limited, and people are asked to stay in their homes. And we all know here when we were told to stay, how things were. It was really difficult. So we should be very careful and know that, I mean, COVID is still around, and despite the numbers are limited, that's we say alhamdulillah. But then, for sure. And then we should be all responsible. But then, we mon face mask. Very few. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, inshallah. And you know, thank you for that good presentation and, you know, newspaper review. That should be it for today. Thank you again for coming, and to all those of you out there that has been following the program from the start of the program to now. And we say thank you so very much, as always, for being there. And we will be back tomorrow, inshallah, for the midweek edition of the same program with something more interesting, if you don't mind. Of course, you know, we're gonna keep it going. Thank you so very much, and do have a very, very peaceful and pleasant afternoon. Until we catch up again, bye for now.
House of Fashion